Some pastries, some yogurt before we get started. If you want to take that before we get going, so please help yourself. We will thank Brandy and Brittany now and again for bringing that. But yeah, help yourself, and then we'll get started here in just a minute. If you're not going to grab anything else to eat or a cup of coffee, you can take a quick minute to scan the QR code, get checked in, so our 1 million cup corporate office can keep track of our attendance each week. We would appreciate that. From what I learned a couple of weeks ago, if you have an Android, open up your Google app and take a picture from like the Google camera within the Google app, and then that should bring up the website for you to check in. Only a couple of phones left up. We'll give them time, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get started. Are you good? Alan, you good? Yes. Welcome. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Everybody checked in? All right, so welcome to our Lake County Eustis chapter of 1 Million Cups. We've already checked in. So before we get started, just a couple things to go over. We ask if everybody can mute your cell phones, because we want to make sure we give our presenter our full attention. We also want to try to keep our side conversations to a minimum, so we can also keep our attention and give our attention to our presenter today. We are filming live on Facebook. If you know somebody that has wanted to attend and has not been able to, please tell them to join us live on our Facebook. Our Facebook Live is monitored every week by Delaney Foster. Delaney, raise your hand. They can join in just like they are here. If they have a thought, response, or question, they will type it in the chat. The lady will read their question, who it's from, and we want them to be as involved as if they were here in person. And then hopefully over time, if they can start making it, like Dr. Derrick, I know she works during the school year. She is off, she is here today, so welcome Dr. Derrick, and we'll introduce our first time members shortly. But we want those Facebook Live to build that group, to continue to build our in-person group. And then lastly, the bathrooms. We have the ladies up here to my left, and the men's are up here in the corner to my right, which would be your left and there and there. Gotcha. So we know that. So we want to thank our host. I saw George. Oh, George, there you are. George and Pam. Ladies on the mics. Can we get a mic to George? Let him do his introductions. Welcome. This is the Mega Workplace. George is going to tell us about that, but this is the one-stop shop for small business development and building. So George, go ahead and tell us about your workspace.
Good morning and welcome to Mega Workplace. My name is George. Myself and Pam started this building as a vision to foster economic development, bring people together, and we're pretty excited about the success of it. A couple people I wanted to introduce that are here today. One, Alec Vladimir, our Economic Development Director for the City of Eustis. If you got any good questions, you need some help, anything in economic development, he's the guy to get you there. No elected officials here today?
I think they're all on cruises here.
They're all on cruises. And the president and our chairman of the city, well, not the city, but Eustis is very own Maria Alberti, who is the Chamber of Commerce president, director, whatever they call that. Please take time to visit the chamber. It's a whole new chamber. It's very different. If you've ever gone there before in the past. It's a whole different world for the better. It's just phenomenal. I'm so just blown away by what she does and what they do over there. So thank you for being here. Enjoy giving back and helping other entrepreneurs. I hope you're here a little better than when you came in, more knowledgeable.
Thank you, George.
One more thing, all of this came to us from LEAD. LEAD is an independent company that the city had contracted with, and it stands for Lead Economic Development. And Ray right here is the guy who brought Million Cups to Lake County, which is now one of the largest chapters in the whole group. So this guy here, and Lead.
So I know when Ray and I met about a year and a half ago, he said this was, I believe, the vision and one of the first objectives of LEAD to bring 1 million cups to Lake County and Eustis. And then with the help of George and Pam, not only in this building, we have a 1 million cup where you can take a concept to a business. We have the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center downstairs to help you organize that business. We have the UCF incubator that will help you grow that business. And then we also have LEAD, which is here for more economic development. So I think we decided we would call this a small business hub, but everything you need to have a successful small business is going to happen right here in this building. So we just want to thank all of those. I know John's on a cruise. I think most of our city officials are out today. Let's give a congratulations to Gary Ashcraft, our city commissioner. We got married on his cruise, so congratulations, Gary. So we want to thank our sponsors. The coffee, as our ongoing sponsor, is compliments of Foxtail Coffee. You know, the one thing we like to say, if you, after the meeting, if you want to continue on and meet with somebody outside of this, please visit a Foxtail. Thank them for what they do and their sponsorship of the coffee going forward. So if you have a meeting during the week, find a Foxtail, have the meeting there, just as a way for us to say thank you to them and give back to them. And then we want to thank Brandy and Brittany, if you would stand up, ladies. They are the sponsors of all the goodies on the tables over there. So we are doing quarterly sponsors for the donuts and the pastries. So if you're interested, I believe Latona has already grabbed third quarter. If not, you just did. But yeah, we're doing ongoing sponsorships per quarter for the donuts and pastries. So let's thank everybody and thank them again. They do a great job every week. So thank you, ladies. So what is 1 million cups? I know we have some first timers here today. You know, as it says, it is presenters and not pitches. So when people come to present, they're coming up here to present a challenge, and as we'll see later, what we like to refer to as a what keeps them up at night. They're not here to sell a product. They're not here to fundraise or raise money to help promote their business or build their business. They are here with a challenge in their business, and everybody in attendance each week is just here to help support their business. The people in attendance are not here to go, oh, you know what? I have the perfect product that will help solve that. It's not a sales presentation from either side of the table. We are here 100% as a community to support each other in business. If you're a small business owner, and you don't have to just be a business owner, we have several people that work for companies that are here and give great feedback. So it's not only small business owners, but if you're a business professional, we want you to be here each week helping out our presenters. And then it's connections and not networking. We want this to be a safe space. There's a lot of great networking opportunities. Marie does an awesome job in the community with that. They have on the first Thursdays of each month, they have a live B&I meeting. Wonderful, one of the best networking organizations out there. I was part of it off and on for 18 years. Those opportunities are there. This is where we connect. This is where you meet people, you connect with them, and our hope is and our goal is that business will happen from those connections naturally and organically. But we are here to help support our presenter each and every week. If you know somebody wanting to present, we'll show who is eligible. Let's get them signed up to present. So, as we get started, ladies ready on the mics? Who is here for the first time? If you would please stand up. All right, we're going to ask you to introduce yourself, your name, and your business name.
Hi, I'm Jeff Albright. Business name is Two Course Financial Group with Right.
My name is Jose Chagas from the Racing to the Best.
Mary?
My name is Mary Rhodes. I have a mortgage company called the Mortgage mortgage firm in Mount Dora.
My name is Cassia White, and hopefully soon have a winery named Cadavans.
We need to talk afterwards.
Dr. Shelley Gary with Lake Sumter State College. I'm the full-time faculty for the bachelor's in leadership.
Hello, my name is Maggie, and I'm a graphic designer. That's what you can find me at Start by Maggie.
All right, let's give our first timers a big round of applause. All right, so moving on. Downstairs, I think if we have the bucket, if we haven't, if we can, one of our organizers can grab that. If you have not put a business card in, please do. We'll collect them as we go throughout the meeting. But sometime during the meeting, most likely after the presentation, we're going to do a giveaway for some of our 1 million cups. Oh, the business card thing is empty. So nobody wins. Well, we'll figure out something. We'll give something away. We'll pick a number between 1 and 2, and whoever's closest. So, who is eligible to present? So, as we talked about earlier, we have had concepts. So, you know, I like to say, if you're laying awake at night thinking, it's like, wow, I wonder if this would make a good business. And you start putting thoughts together. We want to see you up here to present because you want the feedback from the business community if that business has potential to move forward. You might hear a no, but that's okay because then that's all the further you took it rather than put 6, 8, 10 months of time and effort and money into a business that really doesn't go anywhere. Sometimes a no is the best answer you can hear. But if you have a business idea or concept, we want you up here presenting. If you are a newer business, again, 1 to 5 years old, this is where most businesses struggle getting past that point. 5 years is the higher success rate of businesses. You got to get to that point. That's what we talked about. If you're a newer business and you're late at night, something is on your mind. That's keeping you up at night. We want you up here presenting and everybody in attendance today helping overcome and solve that challenge that you're having in your business. And we also want to keep our established businesses, we want to take care of them as well. So if you're an established business, but you're looking to grow or expand, if you're looking to add a second leg to your business or expand in some way, that is a challenge as well. And a lot of businesses can suffer because they don't have the right roadmap to do that expansion. We want you up here. We want results and success stories from everybody in attendance. So this is everybody that is eligible to present, which pretty much is almost everybody. If you know somebody that fits any of these with your wine stock, perfect. How do you get it going? We'll talk afterwards. This is who we want up here presenting. So we also want you to stay connected. So these are all the areas that we have available. Our 1 Million Cups Lake County Eustis website. Go there, follow it. You'll get updates as we go forward. You'll see who upcoming presenters are. We don't promote that on Facebook because we want it to be a surprise for everybody when they show up. We've got Lee, we're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, we're all over the place. The X, which is formerly known as Twitter. So follow us on any of those and get the updates as we move forward. So, ladies, you ready to the lights again? We're going to gotta get everybody involved before we go to our presenter. We're going to do a question of the day. If you could invent one thing to make your everyday life easier, what would it be and why? No one? Pat?
I've got a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old that absolutely do not like getting dressed in the morning. So the automatic kid dresser.
I was thinking daytime Benadryl, but that works too.
A wife translator.
I'm telling her.
Hands down, a teleporter.
Lady.
I'm gonna go along with the Judson's theme. I need a Rosie.
Yes.
Automatic dental flosser. Somebody can floss these things for me so I don't have to.
So anyone have something that might make their business life easier?
A money printer.
it just goes into play. Yeah. A business stuff.
This is what?
A business stuff, it just goes into play as soon as I think it.
Some, Todd, we're gonna turn your mic off. Anybody else before we get started? One more, come on, somebody's got one.
I saw the hand.
Have you been here before?
I have.
All right.
$1 million a day producer while I do whatever I want.
That's not a real
If I could invent something, I'd invent a way to clone myself so I could get everything done that needs to get done in the day.
Everybody remember Dolly the sheep?
Yeah.
It's real. All right, Margaret, you ready? We're going to get Jose queued up here, but we want to introduce our presenter in our format today. So for all the first-time people, what we do is we take 6-ish minutes and we do a presentation. After that, we're going to do about 20 minutes of response and feedback from everybody in attendance. Jose is going to be our presenter today. So our presenter is Jose. You got a lot of names. We're just going to go with Jose. We're going to go with Jose from Racing to the Past. So Jose is going to give us 6 minutes or so on his presentation, and then he's going to give us a challenge at the end that everybody here is going to help him with. So Margaret, if you go ahead and cue it up, we will welcome Jose to the front.
Thank you. So, if you say my name, it will be spent in 6 minutes. So, good morning, everybody. We'll be presenting, I think it's this one. Yes. First, I'll be talking about the owners. I have with me Paula today. Paula and I were born in Brazil some years ago. We got married and have been married for 35 years. In 2017, we become American citizens. We have a son together that passed away around 20 years ago, and he was 10. I already have another son that from my first marriage. He's 38 years old, and I have a new granddaughter who's around 3 weeks. I only see her by WhatsApp. I was not able to be there, and because both live in Brazil. In 2008, from the company that I was working for, I was relocated from São Paulo in Brazil to Miami, and I am a mechanic engineer that works in the company for about 4 years in different cities. I worked in Brazil, Argentina, and then I was relocated here to the United States. I'm a mechanical engineer, and after around 4 years in this company, I retired in 2022. Paula in Brazil, she studied arts, and also she studied nursing. And together with that, she's also a Portuguese teacher, and also she taught some Portuguese for foreign people. A Portuguese guy that lives in Brazil worked with me, that was living there in Brazil for a while. She learned Portuguese with Paula. So, why Mount Dora? We were in Mount Dora for the first time in 2011. We fell in love with the city. It was a first sight love, and we decided to move here, relocate from Miami Beach that we were living, and relocate here in 2021. So, right now we are an open business. We had the first month anniversary yesterday. We opened on April 13. So our stage is not more a startup. We are in a growth stage right now. The challenge is keep growing. We rent the space because it was difficult to find a space to around 2,000 square feet to have the racetrack. We looked for downtown, didn't found. When we found a place, the right place, we rented, and then we have around 8 months to rebuild the building to have what the business needs. So open, so we have one located in downtown, the Highland Street in Mount Dora. So this business idea, right? The business idea, why slot cars? We create something that's mainly Paula's idea. She's the soul and the mind, the get connected person in this company. For her, get together is the must. So we have this idea. There's something that I already know. I was racing in Brazil and then racing slot car here in Central Florida, and she had the idea to have something to interact with people, to work together with the community, have entertainment for family, for companies, for organizations. We have 5 other racetracks in Central Florida. We are the 6th. And our goal, because we do have a Florida championship, we are planning to bring the championship for Mount Dora in the following year. So, it's a new business, and the idea is to get together, interact with the community, and have old generation that have memories from slot cars with the new generation that will learn about what is a slot car and have fun. We have kids there. The kids love it. So the idea is offering a place, right, to get together, to interact. We also have board games, and the idea is meet people. So why we choose this name? So slot car, as I told you, is very popular, very trained in the 60s, in the 70s. I used to race in Brazil in the 70s. At the time, the United States had more than 3,000 slot tracks around the country. Right now, the popularity goes down a little bit. We have around only 10%, so across the country we have around 300 commercial places. Some of them are open for 30, 40 years, so it's a live business. And we were trying to keep the memories, racing to the past, racing because we're racing cars, we're racing slot cars. And we are bringing some memories for a lot of people. And the idea, we create a vintage retro style space to mix old generations with new generations. And I believe we built something special for the community. What people we are targeting? It's easy to say everybody, but everybody is not the right answer. So, and learn. We are looking parents, kids, we can schools, we can have churches, we can have in a competition in terms of people using board games. We have also a computer game, a table. Of the space for parties, events, companies, the lounge, right? Also for slot car competition, when you have a racing, we are also selling the racing. We have someone get there, I don't have cars, I don't have controllers, we can rent, right? We are also selling cars and parts because like the other machine, we have a continuous revenue in terms of parts because we change some small parts, some small pieces of the car. And also we still have some recurring customers that enjoy the idea. They are coming time by time, sometimes 2 or 3 times per week. The idea is to keep growing, bring more people and have a club. And we'll be doing races and a local championship. Here you can see the place. Ray was there in the inauguration. We have some other people that was there too. That's the cars, that's the track, and you can see we have this lounge. You can do meetings. Todd was there with Christine. We have there in the back some space for repairs. So when you have people coming to race, normally they have big boss with things to repair. And the question to interact with you guys. We are in business, we target different business. We target what you call B2C, that's business to customer, is individuals and families. So you'll be using one way to go, some challenges to bring people there. And we are also looking for a B2B market. Then you'll be interacting directly with other business. So that's the step you are right now, looking the better way to grow, and you are open-minded to receive ideas, suggestions, comments, opinions, and that's all. It's okay, Jimmy?
That's perfect. All right, we're gonna leave the slide there. So I know B and I went there. Just so everybody can get an idea of what happens when they go there, because the pictures were great.
Okay, so I didn't really want to race. I was kind of nervous about the whole thing. Not Michelle. And so they're like, no, you have to try it. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It was really, really fun. And I already am planning to bring back my family. We don't live in Mount Dora, but I know that my daughter and my nephew and my husband and I, we would have a blast there together. One idea, can I give my idea now or do I wait?
No, absolutely.
One idea I had, I don't know Mount Dora, I'm not part of Mount Dora, but a lot of times there's park and rec programs, and if you can get, like for the summer, maybe you could get some kids that would come every Tuesday at this time, and they could learn about it, they could learn about the cars and how you fix them, and then they could play a few races, and maybe they sign up for a month of doing that for a certain period of time. So it might be too late for this year. I don't know when they print out their things, but that would be an idea that I would have as far as like getting those younger kids, and they're gonna bring their families, they're gonna wanna go there for their birthday parties and all of those kind of things.
Thank you.
All right, Michelle?
I didn't want to race either.
Yes, you did.
When we got there, all the guys were racing together, of course, and they had a great time, and I said, oh, this isn't for me. Well, then all the ladies got up. We had a fantastic time. We had a lot of fun. It was competitive, but I was there with my entire family. So while I was there racing, my 5-year-old grandson was over playing with Todd's kids, the board games, and you had that interactive table there. And when it was time for us to go eat, the kids really didn't want to leave. So if you want to go have some fun and still have something for your kids to do, it's a perfect family-friendly environment.
So I love the idea about getting it through the summer events. Because we all know that we need to get our kids off their phones, out the door, being active. And for some of us in the older generation, the senior, smarter generation, who remembers Hot Wheels? Remember Hot Wheels? But they were like, if you went a little bit too fast around the curve, they flew off the track. And you played it for 5 minutes, because it's like, I can't keep the car on the track. This doesn't happen with these, correct?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes,
Oh, they do.
You can fly. You can fly.
Now, if they play, it's great, but if we play, they're always going.
So when they fell off the track, somebody was there to pick it up for us, so we didn't have to.
See, that's where you can get your exercise in too. Run and pick it up and put it back on. Right.
No, I think there's the thing that stood out to me, and again, I knew of slot racing, I looked it up on YouTube and things like that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And again, I had matchboxes, I had the little tracks that, as a kid and stuff. And then I get there, and there's two things, especially as a male. So there's the visceralness of the sound of the cars going around.
Right.
And then you see, like, there were some folks from the other slot car places from Winter Garden, I think,
Winter
were
Garden,
there.
yes.
And you saw them going through it. And here's the thing, they had a big screen TV with the times, and that's how it's all judged, is the time that you're able to, so that, and I didn't get to race because I had to leave, but it was one of those things where I was like, oh, now I get it. You know, you've got guys and you see the you know, guys are doing it under 3 seconds or 4 seconds around the track, and then you're seeing people that, you know, just do it for the first time and it's like 15, 20 seconds. And to your point, flying off the track, like so there is really a cool skill to it. And then, but to me, it was the sound of that going around was very engaging.
Yes, I would like to ride in this Daisy car. So one question, just a thought, to try to get in the community, have you talked with other businesses, restaurants maybe, where you have coupons for people, your attendees, to go get 20% off a meal there, where they come and they can get a percentage off, where you work with different businesses, community, to kind of trade business with each other? Because the biggest thing is you've got to get people in there, and it sounds like once you're there, they're going to want to stay and come back. Pam?
Hi, so I wasn't sure what this was, and I looked it up on your website, and it looked interesting, but I still wasn't connecting with it. And then after listening to Ray, I went back and I looked at your website again, and what you're missing is videos.
Okay.
You have pictures, but the pictures don't speak to me. They don't give me the feeling of what's really going on. So I would think about adding pictures to your website, your social medias, and all your marketing should not be pictures, it should be videos.
No, good point. We had some features in the Facebook, but absolutely will be also put in the website. Very good.
Hello, I have 2 teenagers and I would love to get them out of the house, especially this summer, and we actually could walk down there. I would love to see if there's some type of membership. I don't know, I know you kind of briefly touched on it, where they could go so many days a week or so many hours or something and get off of their computer so I can get to work.
Yes. And it's not necessarily a membership for that. We will have a membership for people that will be recurring. But if anyone can be there and rent a car and control it for the times there, or for the people that already buy their own car, we also have a special price because it will be cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I did get online and look at it, and for me to send both my teenagers off to wrestling was just too much for me. But if there was some kind of special price membership.
Yeah, we can work on that.
Yeah,
Please.
that would be great.
Jeremy.
So kind of along the same things as working with Parks and Rec, especially with your background as a mechanical engineer, is putting together a educational program. So I'm not sure what the ages are that would be good for racing, but I know middle school and high school, tying it into the physics side of the racetrack and the timing would be a really engaging way for the students to come out and apply both the physics and mathematics, as well as come out and race cars.
Yeah.
Would be interesting.
I think it's a good idea because we have been using electric motor that is the same that was used since the 60s, the 70s, have some developed. But we are also introducing a brushless motor. That's the same motor that are used in drones. So it's something that people can see the difference in technology and learn also from that. Thank you.
Matthew?
All right, I've been taking some detailed notes here. I got a few things I wanted to share. First off, great job. And I was on here looking over your website, your Google business page, and there's some great things on there. I do agree with the video. The one thing I would say on that is make sure that you don't just natively embed it on there because it will slow the website down massively. You know, put it on via like a YouTube link. It'll still play there. You'll see it and you can watch it there. You don't want to weight down the website load speed too much. But as far as getting business goes, so some of the things I had thoughts on, one, to get community engagement or to get those families and individuals. So you have a calendar aspect on your website. So one of the things you can do is you can actually create events on Facebook. People are constantly looking at those events to find out what's going on in the community that they can attend. So you're already doing it on the website itself, but you can turn those into events on social media or run on an event, right, things of that sort of nature. But the community constantly looks to find out what's happening around that they can engage in. So that's one thing. The next thing, get some B2B I would go to some of the chambers. They always do drawings like we do here with the business cards. And you can give away vouchers. That way some of those businesses can come in and they can experience it themselves. It's usually people's experiences that make them want to share something anyways. So giving some of those vouchers. And it's the same thing you can do with those vouchers in schools as well. And then the last thing I would say, as it pertains to schools, is there's a lot of great schools in the Mount Dora area where you're at. There's a high school not far from you. There's Mount Dora Christian Academy. Speaking with them and find out if there's interest in getting a club formed, not just to do the racing part of it, but potentially, if you're willing to do some of the mechanical side of it so that they can learn a skill as well.
Excellent, thank you.
Elaine?
All right. Testing. Testing. All right. Delaney with Doing Good Junk Removal. Going along with what Jim said, as far as partnering with other storefronts or businesses to get your word out. I was specifically thinking there is a little place on First and Highland, which is a vintage shop. I know the owner there, so if you need an introduction, let me know.
Oh, yes.
But there are plenty of vintage shops around, and those are people, you're talking about a vintage retro experience. Those are people who already appreciate that sort of thing. And so to be in front of people who already appreciate that would already get one foot in the door, in my opinion. So to have some sort of flyer or something, and maybe even, reciprocate, say, I'd be happy to put something in my place for you as well. Anyway, that was just one thought. I think that somebody was talking about certain pricing or whatever, and somebody over here said punch card. And I just wanted to make sure that that was heard because I thought that was a great idea. You come 9 times and on the 10th time it's 50% off, or it's, free, or it's whatever. Also, if you have something that's like, if the kids are coming for summer, whatever, spring break, whatever the case may be, then give them, when they're there, a voucher that says, next time if you bring a friend or a parent or something like that, receive blank % off on your own, or something along those lines. Also, Todd Headley, who is on a phone call right now, but he does Neighbors of Lake Eustis. We've all seen those magazines. They have a calendar of events, and it is free to put your things in the calendar of events. Talk to Todd, get your events in there.
Thank you.
I saw Greg, I don't remember Greg when he had something, but, kind of along those lines, where I think to me still with the B2C, getting people in, and the calendar events, like Matthew said, do a calendar event for maybe 30 minutes of free time so people can come in, experience it, and you can do selected times and dates. So you really limit the number of people, and you're not having 100 people show up that want something for free. Limit it to 10, 5, 10 people on a Tuesday and Thursday throughout the summer, but getting the people in there. And then second thought, kind of if we can change up a little bit, some B2B thoughts. What are people's thoughts about trying to get smaller corporate meetings in there where they can combine? Do you have food there?
No, but we can order just right.
Or we can bring, you can bring in
somebody can bring.
Yeah, somebody to cater the.
We have snacks and soda.
Yeah, bring somebody in to cater, but you can. What's everybody's thoughts on bringing like corporate meetings there on a smaller scale where they can bring everything in there? Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't thinking of corporate meetings, so I had a different thought.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I know the villages does field trips to be exploring that and see if you could get into them having an experience where they put a busload of people and send them to you. And it could be a rotation. They could do it, once a month, once a week. I know that they've done it here where they have a whole busload come to go shopping at Peddler's Way. So just a bunch of people coming and going shopping for the day. So like I said, I don't know who you need to talk to, but that would be something I would really be pursuing.
I will say that one thing you mentioned was that you were involved in the car community, and I think that's your biggest target market is the car community. So car meets, maybe having a car meet.
car and coffee this Saturday over there.
Exactly, and just getting, I know in Eustis, they have like a retro, like they have like where you can see old, like, retro cars. And just having, even just having like, talking to the people there, and then just having, your market out there as well, because that is, you know, they have their kids as well, and, you have that retro, aesthetic that you're trying to go, and that is, it's in your window to your market as well.
I have a good friend that does a lot of corporate wellness events, and one of the things that I know about her model, and this is popular with most corporate models, they prefer that you come to them rather than them coming to you. So I don't know if you've thought about having a mobile or portable track that you can take to some of these places. I know that probably has its own challenges in of itself, but you know, whether it's showing up and setting it up at the classic car show here in Eustis, or setting it up at some of these corporate, but I mean, that really expands your business to a whole new realm. So that might be something that's further down the road, but if you really want to get B2B, they want you to come to them.
Yeah, that's a good point. We do have a second track that is in storage. The idea is to have something portable. We just put, when we made the plan, right? We have steps. The first steps to bring this one working, bring people, and then it can be spending and have a portable and go anywhere.
The trailer style.
Yeah.
Just picking up on what Pam said about like the villages, there's other retirement communities like Osprey Lodge and places like that that, you know, do outings for the residents and things, the able-bodied people that, you know, are capable and would love something like that.
Right.
Some of the men, you know, and things like that, ladies too, but certainly you can get some of the older gentlemen that would really get a thrill out of coming over there for an afternoon.
Yeah, to be the
and that I would really recommend networking in some of those types of older communities.
But I think that's a question at the end.
You could go to that extent, because that's hitting the age group that remembers this, and who goes to visit the people at Osprey and the villages? Their grandkids. You know, you could do a 50% off coupon for them to bring the grandkids back, or have them come visit. But that's the community that remembers doing this when we were young. Officer Joe.
I have one too.
Man.
So companies are always looking for, like they do team building events and things for their employees. That would be something fun to kind of approach the businesses about. Maybe you want to have a team building thing, and you can come here and do that for your company.
Thank you.
So you mentioned some of the Parks and Rec stuff that goes during the summer. Maybe send some flyers to them. Let them know, because their schedules are a lot more fluid. You know, they may just on spur of the moment decide, hey, we're going to go do this if everybody's, you know, available. Also, you mentioned the classic cars. They meet sometimes for a full meet every Wednesday, right across the street over here in the parking lot. There is a group of about 20, 25 different guys that meet up here with their classic cars and stuff. And a lot of times we'll leave here, I'll go over there, hang out with them for about 15, 20 minutes, and then they head to lunch. So they're going to lunch together. They may be going to do other stuff together as well.
Good point. Thank you.
So I was looking at the website and all the prices. Now I have 4 boys and my wife. So we went to your place, and I paid 15 minutes for, what is it, $25 or something like that. It's a pretty hefty penny. But there's this place in Orlando. It's called Deezerland, and there's packages that you could actually set up. So what we do, we go to Deezerland, we buy a card, right, for a certain package, and it allows us to kind of roam the place throughout the day and play the games. So back to the website. So if you could just set it up as packages for families, for one, it won't be as overwhelming, because there's a lot of things there. And like, hey, you know what? Friday night, buy a package for $150 and the whole family, and then each person could use that card, and play a game until that card is empty. go for it, and you swipe that card, boom.
Okay.
You know, it's just an idea.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, Jose, so, right here. Back to the corporate thing that Jim had mentioned. So, you know, a lot of smaller corporations or larger, you know, they have team retreat, team building things, team building sessions and things like that. So the space, you know, I think would be open to that. And then again, it comes to the competition too. So, you know, you see a lot of examples where companies will bring people to Topgolf or, you know, some other similar things. So it's just about having something to do as a group, team building exercises and things like that. And then having time also for lunch and you know, under the corporation. So, oh, and also one other question: the cars, are they designable? Like people can design them, paint?
Yes, we can sell the car completely disassembled.
Because they're larger than
Exactly.
probably.
Someone can buy the body, sorry, and paint and can assemble it.
Because there's a lot of like art groups in the area, Museum of Art, things like that, that perhaps you can, you know, feed off of each other. You could have kids come in and paint and design their car, and then go from there. So just another thought.
Jeremy. Oh, Elaine, then Jeremy.
There was a great idea over this way, but didn't want to be on the microphone, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Instead of clowns or petting zoos or what have you for birthday parties, people are always looking for the new and the next best thing to have their birthday party at for their entire, you know, for their kids and all their school groups and all things like that. So that would be a great thing to market. And also, if you do get it up and get it mobile, school events, they're always looking for things to come to them, as well as things like the George Fest. I think that could really boost at least the knowledge of the fact that you're here. And then, as a homeschooling mom, we are always looking for things to do while the other kids are in school so that the crowds aren't as big. And so to have maybe a homeschool day in the middle of a school day where we can also have a little education moment, we love that.
Yeah, you know, and Jose, to follow up on Matthew's thought and with the car shows, I think initially just setting up a video so everybody there, you know, get a tent, put a kind of a big screen TV down there and play the video so all of the car collectors can see what it is, just to pique their interest. Jeremy.
So, you know, one thing that I've been hearing a lot, especially from, you know, with families, I've got 3 teenagers, and so for families, price is always a consideration. You multiply by 3, 4, 5. Now, as with hobbies, so like I've got hobbies, and I'm willing to spend more money as an adult with a hobby to have an experience without kids. I love my kids, I love bringing them to things, but you know, when you have your passions, sometimes it can be frustrating whether or not you have kids. You know, you have adults that don't have kids that, you know, struggle with and will get a bad experience if there's kids there. So maybe having, you know, certain times that, hey, it's an adults only, or very specific. And if you invite your car enthusiasts out and there's, you know, small kids and, you know, being kids, and we all love our kids, they have a negative experience and they may not come back. So just something to think about is having that, hey, here's a family night, here's an adults only, or you know, more of a, you know, hobbyist night.
Right.
And charging more for
Yeah,
it.
and that's absolutely.
All right, Jesse.
On the business side, if you join the Chamber of Commerce and do an after-hours event, you get to host, and you don't make money on that night, but you're introducing it to a lot of business owners of all different kinds of sizes. So for those team building events, for all those kinds of things, we took all of our employees to a chocolate making class as a team building event. And it was like a 2-hour event, but we hung out and we laughed and we talked a little business and we made delicious chocolate. So, but an after-hours event at the Chamber of Commerce would be a great business-to-business event.
All right, we're going to go with Al and we're going to finish up with Latonya.
So, what's the largest group you serve now? Is it young people, say 12 and under, 16 and under, 21 under, 21 and older?
Right now, is our main group and recurring customers are people that already know what is a slot car, have the slot car in their memories, was willing to race again, but there is no racetrack. So right now, our customers that is returning are people from my age, right? But we need to spend because it's just a small part of people. They are doing for hobby and going to spend for companies and families.
And that was my point, to know who's attending now and start to focus your marketing on that group so you maximize your opportunities within that sector. Are you also capturing communications mechanisms with people who come through the door, email addresses, anything like that?
Email, I think, is the most difficult right now. I'm working with the Mount Dora Chamber. We are in the newspaper that Mount Dora Chamber is doing. I'm also part of Jeff, is the Lake County Chamber. We also are in the newspaper from the Lake County Chamber. But we are integrating with the chambers, but we need to keep going. Thank you.
All right, Latona, wrap us up.
All right, Jose. As a community, what could we do for you to help you?
Well, I think what we are having today is a wonderful thing. I have learned and I think one thing that we need right now, we have just 1 month, right? In this time is people that spreads, we will all have some people in Mount Dora that is racing, they have a place. If you want anyone knows, let us know. Thank you, and that's the beautiful opportunity that Women Cups is giving to us.
All right. So if you have more, because I saw some hands still going up, you are welcome to stay after as long as you need to. Let's continue to talk with Jose afterward. We want to respect everybody's time and go ahead and finish up. Margaret, if you can go ahead and bring up the slide. There you go. We're going to go ahead and do the drawing. You want to go ahead and draw the card?
Oh, yes, sir.
Community announcements. I know, Marie, we generally start with you. If we can get a mic over to Marie. There you go. Oh, Dr. Derek. Whatever you'd like.
What's that?
I'm actually going to send my past student up.
Marie.
This evening is the Community Service Awards for Lake County. It'll be in Leesburg, and Eustis honored several, I think 6 or 7 awardees will be there this evening from Eustis and receiving that award. That was based on nominations from our community and also from our membership. And so we're going to be very excited tonight to participate in that event as a chamber. I have to say that Delaney's ribbon cutting was fantastic. She worked it. She worked it. She got her people there. It was great, and that's the support that we're looking for each other. And it was an amazing evening. Next on the agenda is, I believe, this Saturday, Kiwanis of Umatilla is one of our members, and they're having a craft beer festival at Sensational Farms. How many people know where Sensational Farms is? It's a really cool place, and it will be from 12 to 4. So if you're out and about, please come to that. The next thing on the agenda is probably the June breakfast, and we have a lot of new members that will get up and get their couple minutes of fame and talk about their programs and their businesses, and it's always an exciting time. We are really trying to change it up and get you there at 7 a.m. in the morning and have a good time. And it is a supportive group that we're working
working with. And we take input, and also we are trying to meet the needs of our constituents with our for home-based businesses, allowing them to use our facility to have their launch party or whatever they want to call it. So we're trying to meet the needs of our small business community at this time.
All right, I know George mentioned this at the beginning, Marie does an awesome job in the chamber.
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Just want to let everybody know that in 1962, on this day, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day. So today is National Memorial Law Enforcement Day. Keep that in mind. As a former law enforcement officer myself, it's a special day. Many police officers gave their lives, and also a good chance for us to thank our 1 Million Cups very own Officer Co. And you can see, if you see a law enforcement officer wave at him today, just be careful. I can tell you, you make it clear it's this finger and not any other.
Use the wrong finger, you might spend a little more time with them than you want to. Alan?
I'd just like to make the announcement that on Monday nights at the Chamber of Commerce, we're forming the Toastmasters Club. So those that are interested in developing, improving their public speaking ability, we welcome you to please join us. We are in the formation stages, so please come and join us. We're looking to have at least 25 members. We have several people, we have a lot of people who made commitments that for whatever reason haven't been able to be at our meetings, but we would like to have you join us. For those that don't know about Toastmasters, get with myself or Pete afterwards, and we'll be happy to share with you all about what Toastmasters International is all about. Thank you.
Yeah, I did it years ago. I can tell you it's a great organization. Jose?
Just an announcement, this Friday, May 17, we'll be doing our first Women's May Night. And we have information website and Facebook. And if you want details, please let us know. Talk to me or Paula. Today we ask for the people that want to go to our SVP today because we need to plan how much people will be attending. Thank you so much.
Just a reminder, Brady and I have an event coming up June 1st. Everybody dresses up their boats. It's really all proceeds are going to Lake Harris as well.
All right, any more? Ray, you want to talk about the small business resource?
Yeah, for anyone who's in the Groveland area or South Lake area, or if you have entrepreneurs down in that area, please let them know about this event that really the UCF Incubator, SBDC, and LEAD does in this time in conjunction with the City of Groveland. So it's a small business resources, just kind of going over all of the different resources that are available to entrepreneurs, for the majority, mostly at free. So we just want to get the word out as much as possible. Similar to this, spread the word about to entrepreneurs that there's a lot of resources to help you get started and get you pointed in the right direction. So that's coming up next Wednesday.
After our meeting. Art?
The next Young Professionals event will be on Tuesday, May 28th, right here, 6 to 8 p.m. We're having Jerry Kelke. He's professor of business and organizational leadership at Valencia College. You can sign up for that on the Chamber website. We're promoting it on our Facebook.
All right, and last thing before we wrap up, I want to apologize to our South Lake participants that you are more than welcome. We would love to have you join us. I know it's a little bit of a drive, but we would love to have you join us here because that's why we put in the name, Lake County. We want all of Lake County to be part of this program. It's a great program, as you can see from the turnout and the response we get. So South Lake, my apologies for not bringing that up at the beginning. If you can't join us, please join us on Facebook. Let's get the whole community involved. And last but not least, I know everybody's favorite part of the meeting is our group picture. So let's thank Jose one more time. Let's thank ourselves one more time. we thank you, and bring a friend next week, and we'll see you 8:30 next Wednesday. Thank you, everyone.
I'm going to have to come check it out.
You know her. So you're only at that?
Yeah, we're not far.
Yeah, so now you see how the format is. And again, whatever state the business is in, myself, normally Monty with the lead is here. Normally Jared's brilliant when it comes to business. We just put together a presentation, and when we send out the presentation ahead of time, my suggestion is do about 30 seconds up front what your challenge is. Okay. Because that gets everybody's mind thinking. Real quick touch on it. Then we talk. Then we do 2 minutes on yourself, 2 minutes on your business, another 2 minutes ish. Again, repeating what your challenge is. So that way, everybody is thinking about what your ask is and your challenge is as you're going through yourself and your business. And they've had that time to go ahead and start getting thoughts together. And then when you come back, this is the feedback. If you're ready or when you're ready, I will tell you, pick the first Wednesday of the month. That's the day of the chamber meeting. We generally start a few minutes late. Marie really pushes people to come from the chamber here. 2 weeks ago we had 67. Yeah. So this is about our normal crowd. We normally are in the mid-40s. Chamber, it's generally 60.